Today's episode is sponsored by one of my favorite rap labels, Front Row Regale. Started by my good friend Rock City Mark, legendary rapper Ito, and Jay Rios, they are the go-to for real hip-hop. Make sure to check out the whole team, including DJ Doo-Wop, Jay Black, Nice to Future, Boo Boo the Prince, Reno RX, and Uwop Diggs. Follow Front Row Regale on all platforms and check out the new New York by Ito and DJ Doo-Wop out now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's an honor to finally sit down. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thanks for the invite. Thank you.
Of course. It's so funny. I didn't know much about you. You're a very secretive man.
Yeah, because I don't release so much. There are other producers that release much more stuff than me, and I don't want to release so much because I think I'm looking more of the quality. If I'm 100% satisfied, then I drop something. But I'm not like some other guys. They drop like every month one project, and so
How do you know when something's 100% done?
Yeah, when I hear the stuff and I'm satisfied. I hear my music, and when I say okay, now I'm happy with the result, then let's drop it.
Are you hard on your work? Is it hard for you to be satisfied with a product?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I'm very, when I make a beat, and then I take my time, and then it's it's hard work, and then the result. If I think okay, this is okay, for me, then I will drop it.
What was the first time you felt satisfied with a project?
Yeah, well, I would say the first release that I made, in 2015, I dropped the instrumental album Scenes, and that was the first time when I said, okay, let's drop this, and let's make vinyl.
What was the difference in your music before that?
I would say I was not I was doing it like more just for fun, and then and after that, and I thought, okay, come on, man, let's do it some professional and more professional, and let's connect with dope MCs. The first MC that I met was D-Claim, D-Claim from Stone Throw Records.
No, I don't think I do.
D-Claim, he's a legend. He's from Los Angeles, and he got a project with Madlib.
Oh, wow.
He got an album. He dropped the album with Madlib, I think, like 3 months ago, something like this. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I do know who you're talking about. Yes, because I saw that project and I was like, who just dropped a project with Madlib?
Yeah, D-Claim the Poet. Yeah,
okay.
He's from LA. Yeah,
that's so funny. Yeah. So I'm 25, so my knowledge of rap is like it's so funny when people talk about certain things. Like I either learned from my dad or I like the new school, and that's when I found I don't know, what would you call the renaissance that's going on right now that you're a part of? Like, what would you consider what's happening right now?
I would say the movement is great now. I think all this grimy movement, I love it. All those people, lovely people, really dope MCs, skillful people, and and also with the producers. I know all the producers out there, and we are like something like a little family, and I enjoy the movement right now.
Why do you keep it? Of course, you want the music to be perfect, but why do you keep the mask on? Why do you want it to be like you're kind of a hidden
Yeah,
commodity.
yeah, yeah. Because I wanna, my music should speak to the people. Not me as a person. I want that the people they should remember me as as a producer, as a musician, and not like how pretty I am. You know what I mean?
You think your looks will outshine your music?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but maybe that's the reason. I don't want. I want that the people, they recognize my beats, and if there is one beat, and they hear it, and yeah, they should recognize the beat, and yeah, and
Why'd you take yourself seriously in 2015? Why were you like, I can't just be doing it for fun anymore?
yeah, because I thought that was the time. If you make something, you're like a rookie, like in basketball. The first season, rookie season, and you don't have so much points, those rebounds, assists, and then you keep practice and practice and practice, and then you will get better and better. And then when you think, okay, now is the time to win the championship, and then it's when the time, that's what when the time when I thought, okay, now let's drop something, because I'm like a perfectionist, I don't want to, to drop something. I want to drop something, to make the people, to satisfy and to, I wonder the people they should love my music and not, hear my music and say, okay, what's this, man? This is nothing.
I think, do you think you've created that?
What do you mean? What do you
Like
mean
that,
I created?
what you want? Like, do you think fans see your music that way?
Yeah, I would say now, yeah, I I have a level now that the people, yeah, that the people should know that I'm, I make it serious. Now it's
I
serious.
I
Mm,
definitely agree
mm.
that you have created that. I mean, look at the projects you have behind you. Like
Thank you. Yeah.
it makes. But you said you're a perfectionist, so I didn't know if you were hard on yourself, like you didn't realize you've created that yet, or if you kind of understand who you are in the game.
Mm. Yeah, I I will let the people decide, of my stuff, of my music. I don't want to judge myself, you know. So the
Yeah.
audience, the people, they should decide. Okay, Superior, he's a dope producer, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I, I would love to hear this from the people. If somebody like my music and yeah, they tell me, hey, you're a great producer. I love your music. I love your project. That's that's the best thing.
When was the first time you felt that?
Mm, yeah, I would say the my projects before I did the project with Ito. I I think that people they realize that I'm there, but I think the first project that I did with Ito, with the long story short, that was I would say the beginning of my, I would say, of my career.
Yeah.
The real beginning. So when the people they were starting, to follow me, to write me DMs. Hey, I need a beat. Joe, can you make it? Hey, come on, let's work. Let's work. Like, and that was yeah. I think that was when I started with Ito at this time, I have something like, well, I don't know if there were like 1,000 followers, something like this. And when we dropped it, the long story short, I have something like 7,000, 8,000 followers, and yeah, people, they, yeah. They realized that there is a producer from Germany making those grimy and cinematic beats.
What part of Germany are you from?
South Germany, near Stuttgart. You know Porsche? Porsche, you know the
Yes.
car, or
Hmm.
Mercedes? Yeah, it's like 30 miles from here.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you get into the grimy scene? How did you find out about it? How did you
Yeah, I would say when I met Ito, when I met Ito in SoundCloud, I met him in SoundCloud. He was about to finish Omerta, beat on. Yeah, and then I met him there, and he was listening to my beats, and yeah, and there were a beat, that I already used for verbal camp, and it was a grimy beat, and he said, "Hey, make me something similar." And I said, "Hey, no, well, I will send you a beat pack, and I sent him the beat pack, and the rest was history. We did a long story short project, and I think that was the
Wow.
beginning. I think that was the really beginning of the yeah.
So you met
Of,
online.
I met him online on SoundCloud.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
SoundCloud.
kind of changed the trajectory of your life a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. There
Do you,
was the hmm,
what were you
yeah.
saying? Sorry.
What do you say?
No, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I would say that was the beginning of this be a part of this grimy movement of the grimy scene. Yeah, that was the beginning.
Were you listening to any of that before, or it just kind of came out of nowhere?
Sure. I listening to all the music, and you know, I know all this grimy stuff, since Rock Marcy dropped Master, and Reloaded, and he's a pioneer of this, everybody
Yeah.
knows it. Yeah,
Yeah, I was just with him. I was just with him
well,
in New
yeah,
York 3 days ago. I got to see him perform.
yeah, he's a legend. He started with this. He was the first guy making this music. With this drumless beats, grimy beats, psychedelic beats, and all this. He was the first one, and then everybody came after him. Like Griselda, like all those other people came after him. He was the first
Yeah.
one.
Wes once said that like Rock Marcy is Dr. J and he's Jordan.
No, I wouldn't say this because Westside Gun, he's a legend. He's really dope. He did all this Griselda so big, But Michael Jordan, he was, he had some really really dope skills in basketball. And I would say, skills wise, Rock Marcy, he's you know
Would you
above
say
Westside
Rock
Gun.
Marcy's the Jordan of this rap game?
One of the Jordan, maybe not this Jordan, one of the Jordan.
Who
I
else
would
would you
say that
consider it?
Cup, Brownsville Cup.
Ka, yeah.
Lyrics, lyrics wise, Cup. And Rock Marcy, there are a few, but I would say these two guys, yeah, that may be the greatest
Ka's a
right
name
now.
you don't hear mentioned a lot.
He's lyrics wise, he's one of the best, and he's incredible. He's incredible. Yeah.
There is so Ito was the first project that you made with that. And then what happened after that? Did you realize this was the lane you were going to like this was what you were meant to do?
I would say Ito was the first one when I started, with
And shout
this
out
grimy
Ito.
beat.
Ito's such a good dude. I feel like I have to
Yeah.
say that. Shout
Shout
out
out to
Ito. Shout
Ito.
out Front Row Regal, New Crack Era, Rock City Mark.
Yeah. I would say Ito is the first one, when I started, with this grimy beat, grind cinematic. And before I was more like typical boom bap a little bit, like Pete Ross, like Premier, more kind of this beat, before I met Ito. And but I would say okay, when I did the project with Can, there were some grimy beats. One grimy beat that Ito said, okay, make me something similar. But yeah, but it was like yeah, some grimy beats, some more typical boom bap. But the first whole grimy project was long story short. I would say this.
I like that you separate the boom bap from the grimy because I don't make music. I just get to be a fan of it. I
Mhm.
am not I like grimier beats. Like those are the producers that I like grimy. Like it's funny because I like boom bap, but I'm definitely more of a grimier fan. Like I like when people rap over that. And I
Mhm.
think that might be because I came up with newer rap. It's more about the sound.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say there's a difference, between grimy beats and boom bap beats. The boom bap beats, they are like, like more the MPC, more chopping samples, more, SP 1200, and it's more like, with the samples, chopped samples, and the grimy beats, they have more loops, and that's different. I would say boom bap is more soulful. It's more, the boom bap, and the grimy is more, psychedelic, drumless. There are
Yeah.
also the drumless beats, and boom bap beats. They are not really, drumless. They have drums and hard drums, and yeah, and I would say the MCs are also different. The MCs, if I compare, like the boom bap, boom bap MCs, like Edo G, like Cool G Rap, these are the boom bap MCs, and you have the grimy people, like Ito, like Daniel Sun, like ST Mac, and Griselda, Rock Marcy. They're different.
Yeah.
I would say different.
Do you have a favorite project that you've done?
I would say my favorite project will come really soon. I did a project now with Vega 7 The Running. We will
Oh,
drop this in
wow.
June. Yeah, this is incredible. This project. You will listen to it. This is incredible.
Oh,
And
I
I did
can't
a
wait
project.
to hear that.
Yeah, this is incredible. And I did another project with Jay Ski. Jay Ski's from Drumrock.
Oh, really? I love Skis. He's my boy. You just saw his
Yeah,
freestyle on I-95?
yeah. I saw it today. Incredible, incredible. And
So you have a whole
yeah,
project coming with him.
yeah. Whole album. Yeah, we will drop this. I will I would say maybe August, maybe September, something like this. And
That's
the one with
beautiful.
Vega in June, I would say maybe June. Yeah, I will drop these two projects this year, and you will hear it, and yeah, I hope you will love it.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm gonna like fan. How did you link up with Skis?
Yeah, with skis, like most of the people, I, I wrote him on Instagram, on Instagram, and yeah, and then yeah, and I said that yeah, I like his rap, and he said hey, I know you produced the one project with Stove Got Cooks, this mini project, the guy the guy that sat by the stove. I said yeah, that's me. I said why this beat? Yeah, he said that he loves the beat, and then yeah, then we decided to make something together, and now we made a whole project with 12 tracks, and it's incredible.
Any features?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I will not mention the features now. I
I
want to,
understand. I understand. I
big
understand.
surprise, big surprise.
Is that I would two things. Is that how you've met most of the artists? Is just reaching out like Knack?
Yeah, next was a little bit different. His crew mate, Code 9. Code 9.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was working, with a label, Bello System Records. They're from the Netherlands, and he released something through Bello System Records. And then I talked to the owner and I said, hey, Code 9, he's from the crew Tragic Allies. And I said, there is one MC in this crew. He's incredible, and I would like to work with him. His name is Estine. And then I told, I asked him if he can talk to Code Nine, to get his number, his email, his number. Yeah, and then the owner of the label, he gave me the all those email address and I think the number too. Yeah, and then I called him and then we spoke in Spanish, because my parents are from Spain and he's from the Dominican Republic. Yeah, and we talked in Spain, and making some jokes on the phone, and yeah, and then we decided to make the baladas. It's the merch, coming soon, merch, baladas, baladas merch.
And that's one of my favorite projects.
Thank you, man.
But you are the only Stove God. You have the 2-song EP with him. Yeah, and that's his only other project other than his album.
You mean with Stove God?
Yes.
Yeah, we made 2 songs.
Incredible songs.
Thank you, man. Thanks so much. And and we decided to make more, but then he was connecting to the Griselda people, to West Side Gun, and then he was like more busy, I don't know, and then so then he was like a more unreachable,
Yeah.
I tried to reach him, and I said, okay, he's now busy with West Side Gun, and okay, all good, man. And then then we dropped these 2 songs.
And the 2 songs were dope. Absolutely dope. I was wondering about that because I feel like all 3 of the new Griselda are all like they're being pushed differently. Like Stove is very keeping his stuff, like you not putting out a lot of stuff. Boldy James is like putting everything out. He's putting out an album a month. And then Rome is just like the consistent spitter, like he's putting out a lot of just like they're
but I think
all being marketed very differently.
Yeah. But I would say Stove, I think he still signed with a Baby Grande record. He got a label deal. I don't know if it's so easy, to drop with other labels. If you have a contract with a label, I don't know if it's so easy to drop something else, because I think West Side Gun he would drop a project, with Stove God if it would be possible. If it's possible, then why not? But I think there may be some stuff, with other labels, contracts, and agreements. You know how it is.
Yeah,
business, all the business.
That is true, and I never really thought about it like that. I thought it was like a marketing tactic of like, but it's probably because I heard an unreleased Stove God album with Real Bad Man that he talked about on the podcast, so I don't feel bad mentioning. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm releasing any information that's not known. But I listened to it and it was incredible. Like I was like, why the fuck wouldn't this get released? But it does make sense where that's the scary thing. Like I'm scared to sign this podcast to like a label, like a podcast label. Are you like, would you ever like, do you like staying independent? Are you independent?
Yeah, I'm independent, and if I drop something, I talk to the labels and and I show them the project, the stuff, and then I ask them, are you ready? You want to drop this? And if they want to drop this, yeah, I will drop it to through the label,
Doesn't that seem scary to have your art at the whim of other people?
I think it's good, how it is, because it's all about it's if you have people, they support you, making promotion, pressing vinyls and all this, it's good. So then I have more time to make my music. I don't want to make everything myself. making music, making promotion, making vinyls. This is too much. Making a merchandise, it's too much.
Is it that does that make it hard for you to focus on the actual art, the actual like act of making music?
Yeah, I would say it's a time thing. It's a time. It's about a time. I got a family. I got a 6-year-old kid. And he want to play. With me every time. Like football and I don't know. And and I want to make my beats, and I don't have enough time to make beats and all the business and all. It's good. If labels, if they collaborate, with me, then it's fine. So
Do you
yeah,
did you take yourself seriously before your kid or after?
every time seriously.
But I mean, did that because I'm just trying to do the you said 6 years, 6-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Oh, you said you took yourself seriously in 2015. So I guess it's a little beforehand. Because I do feel like you're saying it's hard on time, but I'm saying all that to be like you're prolific and you're making a lot of music that is of the highest caliber, even with your time constraints.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say, before the kid was there, 6 years ago, I was, I was learning about, making music. I learned about the business, and it was the beginning. When I dropped my first release, it was 2015. It's 8 years ago. But that was the beginning, and now you learn more, and yeah. So now I have yeah, I know more about everything. I know more about music. I know more about business, and yeah.
What did you think you were going to be doing at this point in your life when you were younger?
I don't know, man. Everything is destiny. It's destiny, and I would say it is like it is. I don't think like that I think what could I do better when I was younger. I'm thinking in the future. You know, oh, what happened? It happened. This is like it is what it is, and it's like like destiny. And but I can control, or I try to control what will happen in the future. So yeah, this is my point, to make things great in the future, but not to thinking to the back, thinking not like if I had if I would have like a DeLorean, like Back to the Future,
Yeah.
okay, that would be different. That would be different, and I would change some things in the past. I would change something, but I don't have a DeLorean here in the garage. I don't have
Yeah.
it. So that make no sense, to think, you know, here that I'm thinking to what should I make in the future?
A big point that I like to make on this podcast for people listening is that there's a moment in your life that you have to take yourself seriously, whatever that is. And I think that is the planning in the future. Like if you really want to do something, if you really want to like be where you are making music, you have to start and you have to fail, but you have to have like a faith that it is going to work out because you have to think about the future. And if you work on something, it will get better. It's not going to get worse the more time you put into it. That's not how the universe works.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
But you, when you were younger, when you were like a kid, you wanted to be a musician or an artist, like a.
No, I tried to be like a professional football player, but my skills they were not good enough
I'm going to
to
be an
be.
ignorant American. You mean soccer, right?
Yeah, I mean soccer. We
I'm
play
sorry.
soccer.
I just,
We play. We play soccer here in Europe. Yeah, it's soccer, you know.
No, but football. We'll use the proper term. I had to clarify for my high end.
yeah, but like I said, you know, my skills they were not good enough, and yeah, and I would say it was like you know, I was in hip hop, and I love to make you know to hear the music first. I was a listener. You know, I was listening to all the rap stuff, you know, that came out, and then I had the feeling, oh man, this drums, I would play better. This bass line, I don't know, this bass line is okay, but I would play this better. And then I tried to make it you know, myself, and that's how I started because I was listening to other music, and I said, it's okay, but why is the bass line so boring, man? Why not to play bum 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 bum, you know, instead
Yeah.
of bum bum bum, you know? And yeah, and I started to make it, you know, to make it myself, and yeah, and so it happened.
What age was that?
Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like 16,
Okay.
17.
Because you were talking about like basketball earlier.
Mhm,
Like with that, I feel like when you start, you kind of have to be young.
mhm.
But with
No, no, no. I would not say. You know, you can start
but with
at age
music, you can start whenever.
whenever. You can start whenever. You know, you can start whenever. And especially, you know, if you are a producer, you know, you're making the beat, and it doesn't matter how old or how young you are. The beats they have to be dope. If they are dope, it doesn't matter. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very you know yeah. Look, DJ Premier, how old is he, man? He's still making beats, and Dr. Dre, how old is he? And even the rapper on stage. You know, I saw Busta Rhymes on stage, and hey, I don't know how old he is, but you know, some guys from back then, and they're still on stage, and yeah, why not? If you're dope, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I've made this point on the podcast before, but I went to Conway's 40th birthday party, and that was
Okay,
also the release of God Don't Make Mistakes party,
okay,
which
so
was his first major label release on
yeah,
his 40th birthday.
that's incredible.
Like
That's
that's
incredible. That's
you
the
know, like
best.
that's
Yeah, that's the best birthday gift. You know.
but at 42, like you don't need to be young. You don't have to.
No, no, he's dope. Conway's one of the best MCs. He's incredible. He's so wow, that's so great lyrics, and he's he's incredible. So yeah,
No,
doesn't
he
matter how old he is.
and he just stuck with it. He stayed down and stuck with it no matter what.
Mhm.
I think that's the
Yeah,
thing about the Griseldas. They're like inspire. It's an inspiring story too. Like they are old,
100%.
you know.
Yeah, 100%. And don't get me wrong, West Side Gun, he's an icon. He's a I don't know. He's incredible, and he got really dope project. You know the Fly God album. I don't know how many times I was listening to this album. This is incredible,
I still
and
listen to it. Yeah.
he's and the Pray for Paris album is so good. It's Pray
Have
for
you
Paris.
ever been over to the United States
Yeah, yeah, but I was in the West Coast.
to
I was
make
a few times.
music?
Yeah, I met there some people, but not so. They were not so famous. It was, you know, a long time ago. You know, a long time ago when I was. But yeah, but I wanted. I want to go to New York sometime. You know, New York is the place to be.
Yeah. So you've made all this music just through like messaging people, emails, that stuff.
Yeah, but I met people also on a festival. You know, when because when I dropped the album with Robo Camp, I was in the hip hop camp, one of the biggest festivals in the Czech Republic, and in Germany we got another big festival. It's the Out for Fame festival, and I met there. I met the people, and I met Sky Zoo there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sky Zoo and Apollo Brown, and and I talked to Sky Zoo that I need a verse from him, for long story short, for the album with Ito, and and then we connected there, and and there is a song with Sky Zoo on the project, and there is a video,
That's
there is a
wild.
video.
That's wild how you met there.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like
I
you,
met him in the festival, in the festival backstage.
it's cool though that you've been able to make this music while so far away, like, and make it to such a high caliber.
Thank you. Yeah, I try my best, do my best, and yeah,
I think that's an
always.
inspiring story too, you know, that you can
Yeah,
do
but
it from anywhere.
yeah, you can do it from everywhere, and but you have to keep, your making music and practice, connecting people, and boom, boom, boom. It's like working, it's not like waiting and okay, someone is he rings the bell and hey, I'm here, I'm Nas. How are you, man? Let's do something. This is a dream.
Yeah.
So,
It really is about the work you put in and not who you are
yeah,
at the end of the day.
yeah, and to work on the skills and to get every day, better and better and better, and yeah, like MC, MC, they started to make some simple rhymes, and now they make like double rhymes, triple rhymes, bump, 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 with the rhyme schemes and all this. Yeah, but everybody was starting like a rookie, like I said, basketball example. Everybody
Did,
was a rookie.
did you ever try rapping?
Yeah, I tried, but it's not my thing. And I live in Germany, and my English is not good enough, to rap, and I don't like the German language so much, to you know for a rap song. And okay, I'm my Spanish is perfect. I was trying, maybe in Spanish, but no, 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 no.
You're a producer.
Yeah, I'm a producer. I think this is my thing, Producing is my thing, and not rap. You know, there's so many great rappers, and yeah, and all the great rappers I know they are there, and maybe they make like a collab with me, and that's dope. That's dope.
You say you plan for the future. Does that mean you have like this is going to happen to this is going to happen, or do you just mean like how do you plan? Like how do you see your future?
No, I would say you know plan stuff is like you make a project, okay? You make a project, the project is finished, and then you think about, okay, how can I promote this project? Um, which are the labels that I wanna, talk to maybe drop this project and all this. This is the stuff that I mean that you have to plan, but not. I don't know who's the next MC after the Vega and the Jay Skis project. I was talking with Daniel's son, maybe him, but let's see. But I don't really know. It was just the conversation,
Yeah.
and yeah, and Daniel he said, okay, man, yeah, let's do this, and but yeah, we will see. We will see because he's very busy. I'm busy. Let's see. But
Daniel is a crazy MC.
yeah, he's crazy. He's incredible. He's on. I would say when I started with a grimy beats, and when I started with long story short, he's on every project that I make. All the projects, like, oh, okay, I would say, except the one with Stove God, it's the only one. But you got a long story short with Ito, you got Baladas with Estinek. I did a project with a German MC. His name is Monos Dilemma. Daniel San is featured on this project too. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And do you know how he's just like an outdoorsman? Like he had a pet fox. He tamed a wild fox.
Yeah. I know. He's busy, man. He's very busy.
He
I
said
know.
he wants to live out in the woods. Like he's just
Yeah. I know. With fishing, he's fishing,
yeah,
and
yeah.
all this. Yeah, that's dope. The nature out there. He goes there, and I think it's something dope. The air is good. The air is good. Fresh air and one.
I
It's
don't
not
know. I'm
like in
in the woods right now. I'm in a place called New Hampshire where it's northern United States, northeast, but like all
okay.
woods, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
That's great. That's
Um,
great.
do you have any like wild dreams like that? Like you wish you could go live out in the fucking wilderness or
I would say, I need both. I need the city, I like, to be, in a big city, or, I like this one. And I also like to go, to the mountains, nature, and I like both. But I think to live, maybe it's better to live in a big city. If you want to make business, you have to go to all those offices, and talk to people. Boom, boom. Business wise, okay. But if I'm like a billionaire, something like this, then I would say, okay, I will go to the mountain
do
because
you
it's better. What do you
would you
think?
ever move for music?
Where? What do you mean?
Anywhere, or are you happy? Like, do you feel like where you are, you're doing what you want to do?
Yeah, I think now it's everything good. Yeah, because you have the internet, and you can connect to the people with the internet. You have a phone. You can talk to the people on the phone. Even like we both we see us each other. I can see you. You can see me. Uh, the only thing is that okay, not to meet in person. And yeah, I think that's the only one thing. It's important to you. I would like to make an album in the future with an MC and the whole, the whole work to make it in the studio together. I go in the studio with an MC. Okay, come on, let's do it here in the studio.
Who's your dream MC that you'd want to do that with?
Hmm. I would say, I would say maybe the MC that I like, from all the time, from maybe it's not, because this Illmatic album and his lyrics, he's like a poet, and yeah, maybe to make some grimy cinematic beats for Nas, that would be a dope challenge. That would be so challenging. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Do you like him rapping over the more like modern beats, the hip boy stuff?
Um, not,
I don't
you
think
know,
Nas is watching this podcast. Don't worry.
I prefer to listen to him on beats. Like no, I would like to hear him on this grimy beat.
Yeah.
Maybe on a I don't know, maybe on my beat, or on beat on beat, or on future wave beat, or
Yeah.
Animus. The Animus from LA, or on those beats. I would like to hear him on those. Yeah,
Are there any
or alchemist, or alchemist. Yeah.
yeah. Are
Something
there
like this.
MCs that people wouldn't expect you listen to? Like, do you listen to any modern like pop, not poppier, but like trappier stuff?
No, I would say no. Because you
Fair
know,
answer.
those those grimy people, they release so much stuff, and I want to listen to all the stuff, you know,
Yeah.
that comes out from all those people in this grimy scene. When I see, okay, Daniel's son, he's dropping something new, then I'm excited. I say, wow, I want to hear this. And now tomorrow it drops the new Astinet with Beat On. I'm
Yes.
very I'm very excited to hear this. You know, there's so many stuff, you know, in this movement. In this why should I hear the pop stuff?
I'll actually say it on this podcast by the time this is released. Hopefully, it's out. But Fuck Rap reached out to me and they said that I'm talking on the newest SD Knack album.
Yeah, that's dope. And okay, hey, I can give you information and to the people they will watch it now.
Yeah.
The album with Vega will drop through Fuck Rap.
Oh wow, that's dope as hell. That's a
So
great label.
yeah, incredible. Yeah, very dope. Very
It's
dope.
what do you think? And this might be why do you think like Europe, like those grimier Northeast rappers get so much love?
What do you mean? Why this grimy rebel where you get so much love?
Why does grimy rap get so much love over in Europe?
Yeah, because it's something new. You know, the people there. I would say the last the last movement was this boom bap movement. You know, this lo-fi boom bap, Pete Rock, Jay Dilla, and DJ Premier, and all this. And now people they want to listen to something new. And I would say, you know, this grimy beats and style is something fresh, something new, and that's why the people love it. They don't want to listen 90 rap the whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Rome
I'm still
Street.
listening. Yeah, I'm still listening to some 90s stuff. You know, sometimes you know I'm listening to the Illmatic album and Mobb Deep, but not not every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Who are
looking
your
for something
top
new.
who are your top MCs that you're listening to right now?
Cop, I would say Cop. I would say Cop. It's incredible. This incredible lyricist and yeah, I love this style. You know, this flow, and warmth. Like goosebumps. You know, when I listen
Would
to him.
you do you think you and him would work well together?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, because he loves to rap on drumless beat, and you know I can do both. I can't you know I can make a beat with drums, but I can't give you a dope atmosphere with the drums. So he likes to rap on drumless beats, and I also do drumless beats, and I think my the samples that I dig, it's a good fit to his with his rap. I
Yeah.
think I think it could work. But I hear that he only worked with people that he knows. I hear that he's one person, and I respect this. You know, he said if you work with somebody, then he should know you know personally.
Yeah.
If he don't know you personally, he would not work with you. So he only work with people that he knows, and I respect it. But maybe I will know him one day. Show he comes to Europe one day, I would go to the backstage and I would say, hey, Carl, here I am, man. I'm your next producer.
That would be the album that
So
you in studio.
yeah, that would be the album. And I would say, okay, hey, let's let's take a flight to New York. Let's book a studio 1 month, and you and I, get in the studio and let's drop a masterpiece.
Anyone else you're listening to right now?
Rock Marcy.
Oh, the Elephant Man's Bones.
I listen more to the old albums. I think the Elephant Man's Bones is a dope album, but if I listen to Reloaded, if I listen to the album Reloaded, it give me another feeling.
That's your favorite Rock Marcy album?
Yeah, 100%.
I would say 100%. Rosebud's Revenge.
It's I would say my ranking is number 1, Reloaded, number 2, Marsberg, and number 3, Rosebud's Revenge.
Okay. Yeah.
This is my ranking.
All right. I agree. Rosebud's Revenge was just like an album that really changed what I was listening to.
It's incredible.
I was just listening to that the other day. It's cool going back and how music can take you back to a time from when you first heard it.
And I also like Marcielo. Marcielo is really underrated. I don't know why the people they are now so how to say excited, about Marcielo. Marcielo is a really dope album. And this was the first time when I how to say, when I was listening to Stove Got Cooks. That was the first time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. On this Puff Daddy track. Yeah, there was a Puff Daddy track, and that was the first time when I was listening to him, and I say, "Oh, this guy's incredible. Who is this?" And I was making my research on internet, and I saw, okay, Aaron Cooks, and now he changed his style, and yes, he changed his name to Stove Got Cooks. But this was the first track, and this album is so good. It's incredible, and I love this track, Richard Gere. Richard Gere. Oh man, this track is all time classic.
When I met Stove God, I went, listen, man, I just want to talk to you about psychedelics and aliens. And that's how we became friends. Mm-hmm. You ever done any psychedelics?
Yeah. I know.
He's a big, when I heard him rapping about DMT, I was like, oh my God, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. That was back then. Yeah.
But anyway, this was dope as hell. I really do appreciate you coming on. This was a great conversation. I'm happy we finally got this to work.
Thanks, man. Like I said, likewise.
So you have the album coming in June or around there?
Yeah, I would say around there because, we wait for the test press. And if it's all good, I would say June will be the release date. One with Vega. And then it will come, the next one with JC. Yeah, we will drop the vinyl through RRC Music. Domenico, he's the one from, he made all this Tough Kong records.
Yeah,
really dope guy. Really, he's like my bro. He lives in Amsterdam now.
Oh, really?
Big shout out. Yeah, and he helped me a lot. To make my career how it is. Without him, I don't know if I would make this podcast now with you. He helped me a lot.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, Domenico, he's a really dope guy. Yeah, special thanks to him. Yeah.
And that album, I can't wait to listen to both of them. But I love Skis, so I can't wait to listen to that one.
Yeah. I would say we made our job, and those two albums, I'm really excited. I would say those two albums, I think they are the best work so far, from my side. Because, I developed every day I'm get better, 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 and it's normal. I have to top the balladas and the long story short. They're incredible. They are like I'm very proud to have this albums with Estinek and Ito, but I want to be better and better, and to get better. And I think we top this album.
And that's why you're going to keep growing, man. And that's why I'm a big fan. So I really do appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,